Okay, lesson 42. Number one, round 464 and 646 thousandths to the nearest hundredth. Fours in the hundredths column. I'm going to look at my 6, and my 6 bumps my 4 up. 464 and 65 hundredths. Number two, estimate first and find the exact quotient. I'm going to look at this as a 7. I drew 7 boxes up here. And what this means is I have to divide each of them in half. So if I divide each of these things in half right here, and count how many halves I have, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, my answer should be close to 14 when I'm finished. So I know that sounds a little weird, but that is how this works. I'm just going to go ahead and divide normally. 5 goes into 7 one time. 1 times 5 is 5. Subtract. 5 goes into 25 5 times. And I got 5 times 5 is 25. And notice I have a 15 up there. My estimated answer was going to be 14, so I would have to put my decimal point at the end there. Now I'm close to 14. Really what you're supposed to do is you take your decimal point in the divisor and move it over until you make it a whole number. And however many times you move it in the divisor, you also move it that many times in the dividend. And then your decimal point goes straight up. Number 3, convert 2 kilometers to meters. Will the converted amount have more or fewer units than the original? King Henry doesn't usually, this is units, right, drink chocolate milk. I have the number 2. I have to go to meters. 1, 2, 3 spots to the right. 1, 2, 3 spots to the right. Fill in the zeros. That'd be 2,000 meters. The converted amount has more units. Number 4, choose a numerical expression that represents subtracting 831 from 1,722 and then divide by 1/2. So I'm basically taking 831 away from 1722 and then dividing by 1/2. And if I look at my choices here, it looks like C is the way to go. Number 5, I'm going to multiply this camera going here. I'm going to multiply 27 times 35. 7 times 5 is 5, or 35. Carry my 3. 5 times 2 is 10. Plus 3 is 13. Give myself a placeholder. 3 times 7 is 21. Carry my 2. 3 times 2 is 6. Plus 2 is 8. Add those together. 945. Number 6, the area of a rectangle is 56 inches squared. The length of one side is 7 inches. Find the width. Notice my area means I shade in the inside. Okay, I put my 56 on the inside. One of my lengths is 7. Area equals length times width. I'm going to fill in the information I have. I know the area is 56. My length is 7. Then just ask yourself, what times 7 gives you 56? That would be 8 inches. Number 7, complete the shape in the next shape in the sequence. Describe the pattern. Okay, so it looks like we have some arrows here. And the arrows look like they're rotating counterclockwise and then changing their color. White, black, white, black, white. So my next one should be black. And it should be, if you go look at how it's turning, should be facing straight down. Alright, so I'll have to take over here, come back over here to my paper, my answer sheet, and I have my arrow. Don't be alarmed, I know we're not all great drawers like me. You'll get it someday, you'll understand. Shade it in, it's pointing down, and then you got to explain what's happening. Arrows alternate, white and black. And turning counter clockwise. Gotta have both. Number 8, solve 1,350 divided by 75 using the area model. A lot of people aren't familiar with the area model. It is in the help pages if you look in the back, and this exact problem is also in the help pages. Basically what they're trying to have you do here is break this up a little bit easier. Area is length times width, so if I'm looking at this, I usually always start off by multiplying times the power of 10. 10 times 7 is 750, and what I would do is come over here and subtract 1350 minus 750. I'd get 600. Okay, then I kind of look, I got a 7 here and a 6 there. 7 doesn't go into 6. 7 goes into 60 8 times, so therefore 75 can possibly go into 600 8 times. I'm going to give that a try. And 75 times 8 happens to be 600. And so I have my 1350, 750 plus 600. So I'm finished because I have no remainders. And my answer would just be to add these two sides over here, which would be 18. If need be, you can give that a shot or just divide it normally. Number 9, find a least common denominator, replace the given fractions with an equivalent form, and then write the answer in simplest form. Alright, I cannot add these without having a common denominator. The least common multiple for 4 and 3 is 12. I multiply 4 times 3 to get 12, therefore I got to multiply my numerator times 3, that gives me 9. 3 times 4 gives me 12, therefore 1 times 4 gives me 4. Add those together, I get 13/12. That is an improper fraction. So I go ahead and do 12 into 13, that's 1. 1 left over, so I should get 1 and 1/12. That's in simplest form. Number 10, shade in 80 hundredths of the fraction model. Write this fraction as a decimal. 80 hundredths, so I got 100 squares here, and I'm gonna color in 80 of them. So I'm just gonna kind of quickly. It means there's going to be 2 rows or 2 columns that are not colored in. Okay, and to write that as a decimal would be 0.80. Number 11 and 12. Number 11, which shape has perpendicular sides? Remember, perpendicular means it forms a right angle. No right angles. Here's some right angles. No right angles. No right angles. It's B, the square. Number 12, you're comparing these two decimals. You have 5.5, or I'm sorry, 5 and 5/10 and 5 and 97 hundredths. Line up your decimal points, and then we compare our ones column. They're the same. Jump to the tenths. That's a 5, that's a 9. Last time I checked, the 9 is bigger than a 5. 13. 13 is asking you to follow some order of operations again. You always do inside the parentheses first. So I'm going to do 542 plus 216, 758, and then I'm going to do 471 minus 345. Got to borrow, that's going to be a 6, that's going to be a 6, it's going to be 126, and I have to add my 2 answers. So I'm doing 758 plus 126, 8 plus 6 is 14, carry my 1, 5 plus 1 is 6, plus 2 is 8, you get 884. 14, state the rule, then write the next 2 terms. This is increasing, therefore it's either some kind of multiplication or addition. There's nothing I can multiply 56 by to get 73, therefore it's got to be some type of addition. To figure out what that is, I'm going to take 73 and subtract 56 from it. 13 minus 6 is 7. 6 minus 5 is 1, that's 17. And then it goes to 73 plus 7 gives me 80. So I'm guessing my next 2 terms then would be, I add 17 to this, that would give me 97. And then add 7 to that would give me 104. 97 and 104. That's a strange pattern. Okay, moving on. 15. If 2 shapes are congruent, they have exactly the same size and shape. Which polygons are congruent? If I take a look at these stars, This guy right here has got too many triangles there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, where the rest have 5, so that's gone. This one right here looks a little bit wider than the rest of them. So that one's going to be gone. And this one's just a little bit rotated. This one's rotated from this one. But they are the same exact size and the same exact shape. So B and D are your answers. And then finally, 16, the toy company is making 2 dump trucks. Each dump trucks have 6 wheels. How many dump trucks can a toy company make if they have 64 wheels? So you got 64 wheels. Each truck gets 6 wheels. I'm going to see how many total trucks I can get. So this is a division problem. 64 divided by 6. That goes 1 time. 1 times 6 is 6. Nothing. Bring down my 4. 6 into 4 goes 0 times. I do have to write that 0 up there. 0 times 6 is 0. I got 4 left over. It looks to me like I have 10 remaining to 4. You can't make another truck out of those 4 with those 4 wheels left over because you need 6 wheels. Therefore, I can only make 10 trucks. Alright, that was lesson 42. Stay tuned till tomorrow. Later.